So he says, now he describes the thing that we use for purification, and that is water. Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Furqan, وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً طَهُورًا. We sent from the sky water that purifies. طَهُورًا بِفَتْحِ الطَّاء. With the fath on the ta, it means that water that purifies. Water or thing that purifies. So Allah said that water is the thing that is used to purify. This ayah is the asl that shows that water is what you use to purify. Therefore the fuqaha, all of the scholars of fiqh, when they discuss fiqh at the beginning, the first thing that they mention is water, because it is the thing that we use to purify ourselves. So he says, المياه التي يجوز بها التطهير سبعة مياه. The types of water that you can use to purify yourself are 7 types of water. This is what some of the ulama they mention, because they look into the Sharia. They mention 7. Why? Because they look into the Quran and the Sunnah, and they see where does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions water can be used for wudhu, or the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So from that they extracted 7 different places, and it says ma'u as-sama', water from the sky, from the Quran. وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً طَهُورًا. We send down from the sky water that is purifying. وَالْمَاءُ الْبِحَارِ, the water from the sea, because the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said وَالطَّهُورُ مَاءُهُ وَالْحِلُّ مَيْتَتُهُ. So he mentions these different types of water. There's water from the sky, water from the sea, water from rivers, water from wells, water from springs, water from snow, and water from ice. These are on frost and snow and ice. These things are the types of water that they mention. But we say easier, something that's easier, is that all types of water that is known as water and is pure is allowed to be used. All types of water that is known as water and is pure is allowed to be used. All types of water that is known as water and is pure is allowed to be used for at-tahara, for purification. Now, that one was an easy part. Now, we're going to go to ثُمَّ الْمِيَاهُ عَلَى أَرْبَعَةِ أَقْسَامٍ. This is something that we have to understand. Okay? And this is the method of Imam Shafi'i and Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal rahimahullah ta'ala. That we're going to mention now. We're going to mention something. And that is the method of Imam Shafi'i and the method of Imam Ahmed rahimahullah ta'ala. And there is difference of opinion, but we'll leave that to the side for now. So he says water is 4 types. Water is 4 types. He says طاهر مطهر غير مكروه. The first type of water, write down, number 1. First type of water is water that is pure in and of itself. And remember this, okay? When I say water pure in and of itself, what I mean by that is that this water, if it goes on your clothing, you don't have to wash it off. It's pure, it's just water. You can use it to cook food as well. You can't use impure water to cook food. You can use it to cook food. It's called ma'u ta'. Okay, that's what I mean by it in and of itself is pure. You understand that? In and of itself is pure meaning? It's not impure, meaning you don't have to wash it off and you can use it to cook food. Generally it's just pure. That's what I mean in and of itself. Mutahhir, it purifies. The water, it's pure and it also purifies. Meaning, you can use it for wudhu and ghusl. You can use it for wudhu and ghusl. That's what we mean by pure in and of itself. And that's what we mean by you can use it to purify. It says غير مكروه and it's not disliked. That's the first type of water. What is it? وهو الماء المطلق. It's general water. Any water. الأصل في مياهنا الطهارة. The asl in our water is the tahara, is as pure. As Sa'di says in his manzuma. الأصل في مياهنا الطهارة. Our water is pure. All water in the world is pure. That's the asl. That's the foundational ruling. That water is pure. If you see water, you see on the floor, you see it, even if it's brownish kind of color, but it doesn't have the smell of najasa, and it's still considered to be water, then it's pure water. If it goes on you, you don't have shak, it's pure. Unless you know that it's impure, nothing takes off that certainty except for certainty. Meaning if you have doubt, might not be pure. I don't know, no. If you know it was pure, and you're not sure if it was impure, then you consider it to be pure, because the asl on water, the foundational ruling on water, is that it is all pure. طاهر مطهر غير مكروه. هو الماء المطلق. It's general water. That's the first. So that's 1. That's the first. What? First قسم. First category of water. Second category is وطاهر مطهر مكروه. This is for the Shafi'iyya specifically. They say that there is type of water which is pure in and of itself. And we know what that means, right? What does that mean? If it goes on you, you don't have to wash off, you can use it to cook. And you can use it to wash yourself as well. But it is makruh, it's disliked. And the Shafi'iyya, they mentioned this, and that is وهو الماء المشمس. And that is water which is mushammas. الماء المشمس, what it is water that it's been in the sun, and it's in an aluminium tin. Okay? And it's been in the sun. The reason why the Imam al-Shafi'i disliked it, he said it's makruh, is because he believed that it causes leprosy. Some of the doctors at his time, they believed it causes leprosy. So this is متوقف على علم الطب. It goes back to knowledge of medicine. So if the doctors say that it causes a disease, then it's makruh. And if they say it doesn't, then it's not. Is that clear? So that's the second type of water. وطاهر غير مطهر. This is another type of water. Third, number 3. And 3 has 3A, and we mentioned 3A and 3B. 3A and 3B. So 3, which is the category of طاهر غير مطهر, is pure in and of itself. But you can't use it to purify yourself. So the water, if it goes on you, it's clean, it's calm, it's okay. But you can't use it to purify yourself. Okay? You can't use it to purify yourself. And that is وهو المستعمل. Water that has been previously used. That's 3A, 3A. Someone, they had a bucket of water. They put their hand in. And they done wudhu in that water. And the fadl of the wudhu, the water that was coming from the wudhu, it fell inside that bucket. Went back, he was done wudhu all in that bucket. Okay? That water is now considered, according to the Shafi'iyya, these scholars, is called musta'mal. It's used now. You can't use it to wash yourself anymore. Because it's been used, and they bring certain evidences for this. Such as the fact that the Prophet ﷺ, he said, when a person does wudu, his sins are coming down. His sins are coming down with each drop of water, right? That's one of the hadith that was related about wudu. His sins are dropping with each drop of water. So they say that this sinful water goes back, you can't use it again. That's what some of them they say. They use the evidence. But the other opinion is that it's not considered, you can still use it. Wallahu a'lam, that's the other opinion. But the Imam Shafi'i says that you can't use it. 3B, which is water that is pure in and of itself, but can't be used to purify, it is al-mutaghayyir bima khalatahu min al-tahirat. Water that has been changed by pure substances, such as juice, orange juice. Orange juice has water in it, right? But it's been changed by whatever's the orange that's in it. It changed it and it is now known as orange juice, no longer known as water. Therefore, we can't use this to do wudu, even though in and of itself is pure. What do we mean by in and of itself is pure? If it goes on you, you don't have to wash it off, and you can use it to cook. You can cook in orange juice. You can cook whatever type of water you want to cook in, right? But you can't use it. You can't go to orange juice and start doing wudu with it. Tea, for example. Tea, how do you make it? You put a tea bag and you put water, right? That water now becomes tea. It's no longer considered to be water. Okay? That's not considered to be water. But in and of itself, it's pure. It's not najis. It's not impure. If it goes on you, you can't say, I can't pray in this. No, you can pray in it. But you can't use it to do wudu or ghusl. That's what we mean by any water that's been changed by pure substances. Who can give me an example of that? Orange juice, tea, Rose water. I mentioned in Tuesday lesson, right? So rose water is basically water that comes from a rose. They squeeze it from the stem of the rose and it comes out. It's called rose water. You can't use it because it's no longer considered to be water. The ulama, the fuqaha, they actually mention that in their books. Ma'ul wird. What else? Tea, orange juice. Coconut water is not allowed, no. Even coconut water. Coconut water is not considered to be water. It's considered to be coconut water. You understand? It's a good example. Another one, coffee. All of these things not allowed to be used. As long as it's no longer considered to be water, you're not allowed to use it to do wudu. If it's considered to be water, then you can do wudu with it. Is that clear? Alhamdulillah. Flavored water, Flavored water. That, again, is it considered to be water? I don't know, is it considered to be water or not? Flavored water. If you have a lemon in water, it's still water, right? It's still water, you just have a lemon in it. But if they actually changed that and they made it flavored water, I don't know, they put sugar. It depends how people see it. If it's considered to be water, then you can't use it. If it's not considered to be water, you can't see it. Yes. Sparkling water. Allah, right? I don't know about sparkling water. Easy water. Now, that's 3A and B, right? 4 now. fourth category of water. It is water that is impure. Najis. Al-ma'u najis. Impure water. What we mean by impure water is that in and of itself is impure. Meaning, if it touches you, if it goes on your clothing, you have to wash it off before you can pray. This water, you have to wash it off before you can pray. And you can't use it to do wudho because it's impure water. You can't use it to do wudhu. وَالْمَاءُ النَّجِسِ. Verse 4. وَمَاءٌ حَلَّتْ فِيهِ نَجَاسَةٌ. That is water that وَهُوَ دُونَ الْقُلَّتَيْنِ أَوْ كَانَ قُلَّتَيْنِ فَتَغَيَّرُ. وَالْقُلَّتَانِ 500 رطل بالعراق. نعم. This one you have to understand this now. It's going to be a bit of a long one. Remember, it's going to be a bit of a long one. So, al-najis, water that is impure. It is water. First of all, understand this number one. The hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, he said, إِذَا بَلَغَ الْمَاءُ قُلَّتَانِ لَمْ يَحْمِلِ الْخَبَثِ. If water reaches the stage of qullatan, then it doesn't, I'm going to tell you what qullatan is inshallah, it doesn't become impure, meaning it doesn't change. لَمْ يَحْمِلِ الْخَبَثِ. It doesn't carry impurity. So water is, number 4, water generally is split into two types. Al-ma'u al-qalil wal-ma'u al-kathir. A lot of water and little water. Write it down. A lot of water and little water. A lot of water, it is more than qullatayn. A lot of water is more than qullatayn. More than qullatayn. Anything that is more than qullatayn is considered to be a lot of water. Qullatayn. Al-qulla, one qulla, is a measurement, is a jug. From the people of Yemen. The Prophet ﷺ, when he went to Isra wal Mi'raj, he saw Sidratul Muntaha, right? Sidratul Muntaha is a tree that is just below Jannah, meaning there's nothing go after it. عندها Sidratul Muntaha, عندها Jannatul Ma'wa. There's Sidratul Muntaha and then there's Jannatul Ma'wa, Al-Jannah. And then above that is the Arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jibreel stopped there and he said, I can't go past it. And no human being can go past it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to go past it to speak to Allah directly. When the Prophet ﷺ described Sidratul Muntaha, he described the leaves of this tree, this lote tree, as the leaves as big as elephant is. And the fruits was like the jugs of qulla of the people of Yemen. The qulla, the fruits, that's how big it was. So it's a jug that the people of Yemen, some tribes of Yemen, they used to use to measure water in. This qulla, two of them is approximately 190 liters of water. 190 liters of water, not milliliters. 190 liters of water. If it's above 190 liters, it's considered to be a lot of water. If it is below 190 liters, it is considered to be a small amount of water. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is it unclear to anyone? What's a lot of water? Above 190, which is qulla? Qullatayn, two qullas. Is that clear? It's clear, yeah? Are you sure? Because it's going to be important. طيب. If now we have impurity, there's impure substance, and there's amount of water. If the impure substance falls into the water, there's going to be two situations, or three situations. Either the water is more than qullatan, more than 190 liters, and it doesn't change. So the urine that falls into it doesn't change the water. The water is still the same color, same taste, same smell. 200 liters. It doesn't change. It doesn't change because of that small amount of urine. We say because it's above qullatayn, it's more than qullatayn, then that water is still pure. That water is still pure. It doesn't change, it is not part of this category. It's still part of the first category. طيب. That's one situation. We have two more situations. These two situations are what is mentioned here in the book. These last two situations are the ones that are mentioned in this book. One of the situations is that the urine falls into it and it's above qullatan, 220 liters for example. But the najasa that fell into it changed the whole color of the water. It changed the water, changed the color, the taste or the smell. It changed it. In that case the water is impure, even though it's above qullatan. طيب. So any water that changes, even if it's above qullatayn, it becomes impure. If it changes by the impurity, by the way, urine, blood, things like that. Third situation, and this one also enters into impure water, and that is if the water is below qullatayn. So it's 100 liters, for example. a small amount of impurity falls into it. It doesn't change, or it does change. It makes no difference. It's still impure. So as long as it's below qullatayn, as long as it's below qullatayn, and or impurity falls into it, then this is considered to be impure water now. This water is not allowed to be used, whether it changes or not. Is that clear? Is that clear? Are you sure? Liters, approximately 190 liters. Is that clear? I'm going to ask. If it's not clear, just tell me now. I was going to ask. Is it clear? It's not clear, huh? At the last one, yeah? Impure water. It is. If the water, the last one, huh? The third category. It is if the water is below qullatayn, below 190 liters, approximately 190. So let's just say 100 liters of water. Impurity falls into it. Najis, urine, for example, blood, for example, falls into it. This is impure whether it changes or not. Huh? Any amount of impurity. Whether it changes the water color, taste, or smell or not. It doesn't change or not, it doesn't make no difference. It doesn't make a difference. It's impure. But what's the opposite? If it was 200 liters of more than qullatayn, and impurity falls into it, what do we have to consider? If it changes. If it changes color, taste, or smell. So we have to consider that. You understand that? Is that clear? طيب. Question. I have 300 liters of water. Urine falls into it. A large amount of urine falls into it. The taste, color, and smell doesn't change. Is this water pure? Yes. Why? Because it's above qullatayn. Is that clear? طيب. Another question. 100 liters, less than qullatayn, 100 liters of water. The impurity falls into it, and it doesn't change. Is it impure or pure? It's najis. Huh? Is it pure? Stand up. Stand up. How is it? Is it pure or impure? It's impure, whether it changes or not. The evidence for this now. That's easy, okay? Now let's see what the Malik says. He says, وَمَاءُ الْمُسْتَعْمَلِ. It says, وَالنَّجِس. Impure water is مَا حَلَّتْ فِيهِ نَجَاسَةً. Impure water is water that najasa has fallen into, impurities have fallen into. وَهُوَ دُونَ الْقُلَّتَيْن. And it is below qullatayn. Okay? So if it's below qullatayn, if it changes or not, it doesn't matter. It's below qullatayn. أو كان قلتين فتغير. Or it is qullatayn, above qullatayn or qullatayn, but it changes. If it doesn't change, it doesn't become impure. But if it changes, it becomes impure. Then he says, وَالْقُلَّتَانِ 500 رِطْلٍ بِالْعِرَاقِ. He now just mentions how much qullatan is according to their measurements at his time, which is 150, 500 ritl, which is the measurement that they used to use, bil-Iraqi, according to the people of Iraq. And the people of Iraq, their ritl was the same ritl, meaning the measurement that they used to use, was the same measurement that the Prophet ﷺ used to use. That's why they kept that ritl. Okay? The evidence for this now, there is a difference of opinion on this, by the way. The evidence for this is that the Prophet ﷺ, he says, إِذَا بَلَغَ الْمَاءُ قُلَّتَانِ لَمْ يَحْمِلِ الْخَبَثِ. If water reaches 2 qullas, then it doesn't carry najasa. Meaning, obviously there's ijma' that if water changes, that if water changes, that it becomes impure. The consensus, no difference of opinion, that if the water changes, it's impure. But the Prophet ﷺ is talking about here water that doesn't change. If it reaches qullatan, 2 qullas, then lam yahmil al-khabath, it doesn't take impurity. The understanding, usul al-fiqh, we have something called mafhum al-mukhalafa, the opposite understanding. So if someone says to you, I am not above 20 years old. Someone says that to you, I'm not above 20 years old. What do you understand from that? I am below 20 years old. You understand that? The Prophet ﷺ said, if water reaches qullatan, it doesn't carry impurity. So what do you understand from that? If it doesn't reach qullatayn, then it carries impurity. You understand? That's the mafhum al-mukhalaf from this hadith. And the hadith of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, the Prophet ﷺ said, Al-ma'u tahur la yunajjisuhu shay. Water is pure and it doesn't become impure by anything. Okay? It doesn't become impure by anything. We take the hadith of Ibn Umar that says that anything that is below qullatayn the understanding of the hadith of Umar that says that if it's below qullatayn, it can become impure. And we say the hadith of Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu is understood in light of the understanding of the hadith of Ibn Umar. Therefore, the water that the Prophet ﷺ is talking about that doesn't become impure is that which is above qullatayn. That's just the evidence. If you didn't understand that, no problem, inshallah. Naam. So he says, nah, that's water. That's clear, huh? Khalas.
Hey guys, I really hope that you benefited from that video. Before you go, I want to ask you a really important question. Have you guys ever thought about studying Islam and seeking knowledge? If not, then I want you to reflect upon this hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet said that seeking knowledge is obligatory upon every single Muslim. Of course, that doesn't mean you have to be a scholar, but you have to know the basics in order for you to be the best possible slave and worshipper of Allah that you can possibly be. So we decided to provide a solution for this. You see, many people want to study, but they don't have the means or the resources to do so. So we set up an online institute called the Knowledge College, where you can study Islam from the comfort of your own home. So if you want more information on the Knowledge College and you'd like to sign up, go to the link below, check out the website, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side. Assalamu alaikum.